সো আজকে যে সাবজেক্ট টুডের সাবজেক্ট হচ্ছে পোটেনশিয়াল। উই উইল সলভ ডিফারেন্ট প্রবলেমস। কিছু শুনতে পাচ্ছ না? So thing is that we will start with electric potential. So the first thing is that we want to find a simple problem. That is, we want to find the work by an external, you can say, agent in slowly shifting a charge q equals to 1 microcoulomb in the electric field that equals to E equals to 10 to the power 3 I cap per meter inverse, say from point say P equals to 1 to Q equals to. That is a simple thing is that you have to find the work done by an external agent slowly shifting a charge equals to 1 microcoulomb in the electric field E equals to 10 to the power 3 I cap volt per meter. So the thing is that this is volt per, if this is volt per meter, so the from point P is equals to 1 2 to Q equals to 3 4. That is you have to find. So what do you know that if you want to find the work, if you want to find the say work done, that is nothing but what we can find, that is Q. You have to find the work done. So work done is nothing but minus this path 1 to 2 E dot dl, that we know. What is the reason behind that work done is equal to nothing but force per displacement, and what is force is nothing but in that particular case Q into E is nothing but the force. So that's why we are writing this minus Q E dot that we can write. So now the thing is that so if we want to find this particular work done, just a minute, I think. So আমরা work done মানে কি জানি, that's nothing but Q E dot dl. So what will happen, that what is the corresponding, here it is given that the electric field is along I directions, and we know if L is a vector then it can be represented as xi cap plus yj cap. So if it is a dl then it should be dx I cap plus dy j cap. So you can just put the value in that particular sections, then what we will get in E is nothing but you can write it is 10 to the power q I cap dot dl is nothing but dx I cap dy j cap. So we know that I cap dot I cap, that should be 1, I cap dot j cap is 0. So it should be minus q 10 to the power cube is taken out, and it is nothing but dx, and the limit is from x1 to x2. And now if we just see the point, the value of x1 is 1, this is nothing but x1, and this is nothing but x2. So what we can write, and the value of q is 1 microcoulomb. 1 microcoulomb is 10 to the power 6, this is 10 to the power cube, and if we integrate it, then it will give you x2 minus x1. If you put the value, then this is 10 to the power minus 3, and what is the value of x2 is 3 minus 1, so you can say that is 10 to the power 3 joule. So by which you can actually find the external work done. So that is a simple thing, that you have to just find the work done. Now if the question is given like that a curve is given and you have to find the corresponding work done. So the thing is that a charge, so the thing is that the question is a charge particle. So a charge particle, that is q is equal to minus 3 microcoulomb, say is carried along OP. The particular line is given, I am drawing that, and PQ, and then back to O, say along QO, in an electric field, that is given, say E equals plus 2y plus 2x j cap. So you have to find the work done by, say, an external agent in each path, and as well as you have to find it the round trip. Simple curve is given and you have to find a simple work done. So that is the corresponding curve 0, and if this is a point P, that is 2 0, and if it is a point Q, then is you can say it is given 2 2, and the curve is going like that. So you have to find the work done for each path. So what we find, since it is a 2 dimensions, that means this is a x and this is y, what we find that the electric field is always written like that, x I cap plus ey. Is the x component of the electric field and ey is the y component of the electric field. So the work done formula is same. You know force into displacement, and force is nothing but q into E, so that's why you can write like that, E dot D. And if you put that particular value, it would be come out, say Ex dx plus, that is nothing but Ey dy. So that is the corresponding formula. Now you have to consider each and every part, and you have to find what should be the equation. So if we consider this particular path, that means you have to find the work done for the in path say O to P. So if we consider this particular path from O to P, this is 0 0, and since in that particular case the displacement is along x-axis, displacement is along x-axis, so what will happen? The x component will work because this is electric field is given. So from that particular electric field, so we find that the Ex is x plus 2y, and what we found Ey is equal to 2. So now in that particular, so when we find the path for OP, that means displacement you can say is along x-axis. If displacement is along x-axis, that means what we can say, that means this dy is equals to, you can say, 0, and in that particular case y is also been 0. So from that particular equation this portions is 0, so only the dx, that particular portions remains. And what is the value of ex? Ex is nothing but 2 plus x plus 2y dx. Since y is 0, because we are only considering the path OP, so it should be minus q x into dx. So the thing is that you can say that the value of x is nothing but from 0 to 2. If we do these integrations, and the value of q is 10 coulomb, so 10 microcoulomb is given, and integrations is x square by 2, so it is nothing but 2 because you have to put the value 2, so the result is 20 into 10 to the minus 6 joule that we found when we are moving the path from O to P. Now একজন বলো তাহলে from P to Q কি হবে? সাগনিক তুমি বুঝতে পারছো? From, if we want to find the path from, if you say P to Q, তার মানে particular path, ঠিক আছে, ভেক্টরটা প্রবলেম হয়, তুমি আমায় বলো যদি এই পার্টিকুলার পাথে বের করতে হয়, তাহলে এই পার্টিকুলার পাথে এটা তো বোঝা যাচ্ছে যে এক্স অ্যাক্সিস এর ভ্যালুটা কাজ করছে না, শুধু ওয়াই অ্যাক্সিস আছে, তার মানে এখানে ওয়াই এর ভ্যালুটা, তোমার এক্স এর ভ্যালুটা তোমার যেটা আছে, মানে ই এক্স কম্পোনেন্টটা থাকছে না, শুধুমাত্র ইউআই টা থাকছে। তার মানে আমি যদি এই ফর্মুলাটা নিই, তাহলে ওয়ার্ক ডানটা কত হচ্ছে, মাইনাস কিউ integration of ey dy. And what is the value of ey? Ey value is nothing but 2x. দেখো ey এর ভ্যালু হচ্ছে 2x, এটা কোশ্চেনে দেওয়া ছিল। তাহলে what we can see, that q is equals to, so you can find like that, if we take 2 out, this is nothing but x dy, integrate is y, so it should be 0 to 2, because এখানে লিমিট দেখো 0 to, you can say, 2. So the thing is that now what is the value of x? এখানে x এর ভ্যালু কত, 2, কারণ x এর ভ্যালুটা 2 তে ফিক্সড করা আছে। So what is the value of x? X এর value is 2, so that is nothing but minus, that should be plus 10 to the power minus 6, and the value 2 is there, and the value of x is 2, so that means 4, and if we make integrations, then y, that is 0 to 2, so it should be 8 into 10 to the power minus 6 joule. So that is nothing but if we find the work done along the path PQ. Now what should be, Gaurav मेरे को बताना, if we want to find the path, find the work done along the path QO, कैसे करूँगा?
सर एक बार दोनों एक्स और वाई कंपोनेंट ऑफ
दोनों ही एक्ट करेगा। मतलब यहाँ पे x प्लस dx भी रहेगा और 2x dy भी रहेगा, ये तो होगा। उसके बाद क्योंकि ये तो x का ऊपर इंटीग्रेशन है, x का ऊपर रहने से यहाँ पे 2 तक से 0 तक x प्लस 2y dx रहेगा और यहाँ पे x dy रहेगा। तो यहाँ पे क्या करूँगा, क्योंकि you just see that that is the integration of dx, this is the integration of dy. So if ये इंटीग्रेशन करना है तब क्या करना होगा, because since it is a straight line, so straight line means and the slope is 45, so it is nothing but the equation is y equals, you can put just the value of y in, you can just put the x, that means when you are dealing with dx you just put x on that y, and since you are dealing with dy you have to put y and in place of x. So it is nothing but q, that is 2 to 0. If we place x in place of y, that is nothing but 3x dx, and that is 2 to 0, that is you can say y dy. Now if you can integrate it, it will be like that, minus 100 into 10 to the minus 6 joule. So that is the work done in individual parts. Now if you can add it, that you will get 0. If you add it, you will get 0. That means among the closed part, actually you can say the integrations is 0. So the thing is that you can do it by that is the one of the procedure, you can say, by which you can find the potential. Now the thing is that in some cases the questions comes like that, say this is a simple questions that you have to find the potential. In the previous class we will see what do you mean by potential. We see that there are different definitions of potentials, and potentials means when you have to find the work done to move a charge. Potential at any point in an electric field, we know that is defined as the work done in bringing a unit positive charge from infinity to that point. And what we will find, if we find the change of potential, that means the work done, and this is the positive unit charge, work done by q, or you can say, you can write it in different ways, that we know that force is equals to minus e, and as well as you can find that this potential difference can be written like that, dv minus dA can be written like that, a to b e dot dl, that is the corresponding formula. And if you can differentiate it, then it can be written like that, that e is nothing but minus dv with respect to d. There is nothing but the position vector. So you can write like that, and the potential can be written for a point charge, it can be written as 4 pi epsilon naught q by r. That is already been covered in the previous class. Now the thing is that if the questions come that you have to find the potential difference, that means you have to find the potential difference, say VA between, say point is given A000, B is 111, the thing is that in an electric field, in an say field, say electric field is given I cap minus per meter, and that is E equals to say 3x square y I cap plus x cube j cap volt per meter. So now you have to find the potential difference. So what we can write if we want to find the potential difference, that can be E dot dr. This potential difference, if you want to find this potential difference, it can be written like that: E dot dr. You can write that. This is nothing but the formula for finding the potential difference. That is the dot product. Here, what we know that what is R? It is nothing but x I cap plus y j cap plus z k cap for 3 dimensions. And if we find dr, there what is the value of dr is nothing but you can say dx I cap plus dy j cap plus dz k cap. So to find dv, it is nothing but minus E dot dr. We have to write the minus sign. So what is the value of E is given, that is y I cap plus x j cap, that you can write y I cap plus x dot dr is nothing but dx I cap plus dy j cap plus dz k cap. And since you have product only the r dot I and the j dot d will be x, so x dy plus x dx plus x dy, other term will be 0, and that is nothing but if you the mathematically that is the formula of d of xy. And if you do the mathematics, that means if you want to find the value of this, so you have to integrate the value xy. The limit is from 0 0 0 1 1 1, and if we integrate it, the result is nothing but this is the minus sign minus xy, and you have to put the value 1 1 1, that is 0 0 0, and the answer is 1 4. So can you tell me what should be the second? गौरव सेकंड का आंसर कौन सा होगा? आई थिंक इट इज क्लियर फॉर यू. हाँ बोलो. ठीक है कर लो. टेक 2 minutes and tell me the answer. কোনটা বুঝতে পারছো না বলো তো? এই দেখো এখানে কি হচ্ছে, এই দেখো তুমি ধরো নেক্সটটা যদি দাও, তুমি ভালো করে বুঝবে. আমরা জানি পোটেনশিয়াল ডিফারেন্স ইজ আমরা জানি I dot I or K dot K, that is 1, and otherwise all are zeros. So if in the second case, what is the value of E x square y cap plus x cube j cap, and dot this is dr. Dr means nothing but that is the value of dr. So we just dx dy j plus dz cap, that we can dx I cap plus dy j cap and dz k cap. Now the thing is only I dot I, j dot j or k dot k is 1. So what does it mean? Only these portions with this will exist and x cube with dy will end. So this is nothing but minus, the result is 3x square and it's nothing but you can say dx, 3x square y into dx plus x cube into d. The answer, এটা বুঝতে পারছি যে থেকে আমরা ডট প্রোডাক্ট এটা পাচ্ছি, কারেক্ট? সাগনিক, এটা কি বুঝতে পেরেছো? আচ্ছা, এটা মানে কি বলতো, এটা যদি লিখি, এটা যদি লিখি, দেখো এটা মানে কিন্তু মাইনাস ডি অফ এক্স কিউব ওয়াই। ফর্মুলাটা ভেবে দেখো, ওই একটা ফর্মুলা ইউভির ফর্মুলা, এখানে কি ইউ কনস্ট্যান্ট হয়, ডি কনস্ট্যান্ট হয়, ডিইউ হয়, তাহলে এখানে এটা কত হবে, 4x কিউব ওয়াই।
হ্যাঁ, মাইনাস ডি ইনটু 4x কিউব বাই হবে কি?
দরকার নেই তো, তুমি দেখো না, তুমি তো এখানে ডি অফ এক্স কিউব ওয়াই করলে এটা পেয়ে যাবে, পাবে না এই ফর্মুলাটা লাগালে? দেখো ডি অফ এক্স কিউব ওয়াই যদি করো, এক্স কিউব ইজ কনস্ট্যান্ট, দ্যাট সেকেন্ড কেস কি, ওয়াই ইজ কনস্ট্যান্ট and x কিউব এর যদি ডিফারেন্সিয়েট করো তাহলে দ্যাট শুড বি 3x স্কয়ার। তার মানে দেখো দ্যাট উইল গিভ ইউ দ্য সেম থিং, এটা ইকুয়ালস টু x কিউব y লিখতে পারি। তাহলে আমি v মানে কি, v মানে অ্যাকচুয়ালি উই হ্যাভ টু ইন্টিগ্রেট, ইন্টিগ্রেট যদি করি কাকে, x কিউব y কে করলে আমার শুধুমাত্র x কিউব y পড়ে থাকে, করি তাহলে ইটস অনলি গিভ ইউ দ্য অ্যান্সার, দিস ইজ নাথিং বাট x কিউব y। এবং এখানে ভ্যালু কত আছে, ভ্যালুটা ফিক্সড, দ্যাট ইজ ফ্রম 1 to 0 0 0। মানে কি, এখানে প্রথমে আমি যদি 1 বসাবো, 1 বসালে কি হবে, মাইনাস, তুমি যদি প্রথমে 0 বসাও তাহলে একটা 0, x এর ভ্যালু এখানে, এটা মানে কি x এর ভ্যালু 0, y এর ভ্যালু 0, z এর ভ্যালু 0, তার মানে বসাই তাহলে x এর ভ্যালু 1, y এর ভ্যালু 1, তাহলে 0 মাইনাস 1, that will give you 1। দেখো নইলে সাগনিক আমি আরেকবার ইন্টিগ্রেশনটা বোঝাবো। হ্যাঁ একটু বোঝো, আমি তোমায় আলাদাভাবে আরেকদিন বুঝিয়ে দেবো এগুলো, তুমি একটু জাস্ট বেসিক জিনিসটা যেন বুঝতে পারো। ধরো এবারে যদি কোশ্চেন এরকম দেয় যে দ্য কোশ্চেন ইজ ইউনিফর্ম ইলেকট্রিক ফিল্ড, ইউনিফর্ম ইলেকট্রিক field say of magnitude, electric uniform field of say magnitude in space, say directed along equals to 3 plus x. So you have to find the potential difference between say points A and B. That means electric field whose
স্যার জিরো।
zero, why, কেন বলো তো?
তো EDX আর EDY এর মধ্যে তো ওই একই পোটেনশিয়াল ডিফারেন্স হবে, মাইনাস EDX আর মাইনাস EDY,
মাইনাস EDX অ্যান্ড
আর
মাইনাস
মাইনাস EDY।
EDY এর মধ্যে একই পোটেনশিয়াল ডিফারেন্স হবে, তাই বলছো 0, তাই তো?
হ্যাঁ মানে তাই আসছে আর কি।
আচ্ছা, ওকে, দ্য অ্যান্সার শুড বি 0, ওকে। বাট তুমি করেছো কিভাবে? দেখো, what we know that in that particular case, what we know that the electric field is nothing but, that is, can say that is EX I cap plus EY. If it is E and this is theta, then this particular component is nothing but, you can say, E cos theta, and that is nothing but, you can say, E sin theta. So you can write the equation like that: E cos theta I cap into E sin theta j cap. Equation is y equals to x plus 3. So we know the equation of the straight line is nothing but mx plus c. This is the corresponding equation. So the slope, that is m, we can write is a tan theta, that is equals to 1. So you can find that theta is nothing but equals to 45. Because we know that what we find, that is nothing but dr. And the thing is that, so we have to find that E is given, that is E cos theta plus E sin theta, and dr is nothing but the difference between these 2 points. That means we know that the put R is nothing but, you can write like 2 minus 1 I cap plus j cap. You can write here like that. So the thing is that if we put the value of x1 is 3, x2, x1, y1 is given, that is 3 and y1, and x2, y2 is given. So if we put that value, then what we will get, the value of x2 is 1, because this is nothing but x2, y2, and this is x1, y1. So in that particular case, that is 1 minus 3, that is 3 j cap, and it will be come out like that, minus 2 I cap plus 2 j cap. So if we just place the thing, so it is nothing but, you can write E, say, cos 45 I cap plus E sin 45 j cap, and dot minus 2 I cap plus 2 j cap. And if we place that, the sin 45 and the cos 45 values are same, so you will find the results that come out, because cos 45 1 by root 2 and the value of E is 100. So what you can write, you can write minus cos 45 plus 2E sin 45. Since cos 45 is same, we can write the value of dB is equals to. So that is the, you can think that is one of the procedure by which we can solve this type of problem. So this is nothing but the problem of potential. Now say, if we want to find the potential, you just See the problem, like that these four identical charges are given like that. This is four identical charges are given. Say this is Q, this Q, this is Q, and this is Q. Say this point is C, this point is B. So these four identical charges Q are placed. Four identical charges say placed at corners of a square of say side A. Now you have to find the potential, you can say you have to find the potential energy of one of the charges due to remaining. That is a simple question. That means, say we have to find the electric potential at point A due to the charges placed at point B, C and D. So if we want to find the electric potential, so we have to find the electric potential of point A, say electric potential of point A due to the say charges placed at B, C, D. That means what will happen? This is the point A. You have to find the electric potential due to this charge, due to this charge, and due to this charge. So you know the formula, what Q epsilon naught into distance. That is the corresponding formula for finding the potential. So if you want P, that should be nothing but Q by 4 pi epsilon naught, and the distance between this B A is A is given. Now to find the potential A due to C, that particular distance is nothing but root over 2A. So you can find the potential is Q by 4 pi epsilon naught 2A. So that formula we are using for deep A. And if you calculate it, it should be 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught 2 plus 1 by 2. Find the potential energy, the potential, that is finding the potential, electric potential, where at point A due to the other point charges. Now if we want to find the potential energy, if we want to find the potential of the charge at A, that should be Q into P. So Q is the charge at A, and we found the potential. So it should be nothing but 1 by 2 plus 1 by root 2 Q. Now question is same, but if you want to find the potential of the charge system, that is you have to find the potential energy at some point due to the other point charges. Now if the question is same, the figure, all those stuff is same, just the change what you have to do, that you have to find the, you can say, potential energy of the, you can say, charge system. energy for the charge system, then what you have to find? You have to add, you have to find the potential energy for 1 due to 2, energy 1 3, potential, and if you write this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, and this is 4 point, 1 due to 4, 1 due to 5, 2. Now with respect to 2, which is 2 3 plus 2 4, and the remaining 3 4. So add all those stuffs when you have to find the position energy of the system. And of course you know that 1 2 means this is nothing but 4 pi epsilon naught, that should be equals to q squared by a. If we want to find 1 and 3, the distance is root over 2a, so it should be 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught, this is q squared by root 2. Then nothing but 1 by epsilon naught q squared by a, as well as 1 4 is q naught, this is q squared by a, and 2 and 4, that means if this is 2 and 4, that is also like that, by 4 pi epsilon naught q squared by root 2a, 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q squared by a. The difference is that you should note that if we want to find the potential energy of the charge system, then you have to find the potential energy for each and individual, and then you can add the thing. Now say we do some problems like that. If the question comes like that, that say an alpha particle, say an say with energy, say 10 MeV, that is heading towards a, say, stationary nucleus of atomic number, say 50. So you have to find the calculate the approach. That means that is the alpha particle that is coming. Say this is the nucleus, and the nucleus is plus 50e. So you have to find the closest approach. That means how close they can come, because alpha particle is also positive and the nucleus is also positive. So the thing is that they will repel each other, but before repelling, how much is closest distance, মানে রিপেল করার আগে সে কত কাছাকাছি আসতে পেরেছিল সেই পার্টিকুলার ডিসটেন্সটা বার করতে হবে। মানে একটা আলফা পার্টিকেল উইথ কাইনেটিক এনার্জি ইজ 10 MeV, যেটা কি করছে, একটা স্টেশনারি অ্যাটম আছে যার 50e, তাকে গিয়ে ধাক্কা মারছে, মানে তার দিকে যাচ্ছে অ্যাকচুয়ালি। এবারে যেহেতু দুটোই পজিটিভ চার্জ, তার মানে তাদের মধ্যে রিপালশন হবে, তাহলে রিপালশন হলেও কত কাছাকাছি তারা আসতে পারে, সেটাই হচ্ছে এই কোশ্চেনটা বোঝাতে চাইছে। তাহলে কি হবে বলো দেখি, স্নেহা বলতে পারবে?
হ্যাঁ স্যার বলছি। সেটা তো হাফ এমবি স্কোয়ারের সাথে ইকুয়েট করে দিতে হবে।
হ্যাঁ, হাফ এমবি স্কোয়ারের সাথে ইকুয়েট করতে হবে।
1/4 Q1 Q2 by R square.
ইয়েস, তার মানে এখানে কি হচ্ছে, দ্য কাইনেটিক এনার্জি আলফা পার্টিকেল যেটা নিয়ে হাফ এমবি স্কোয়ার, এদের মধ্যে তো একটা রিপালশন কি হচ্ছে 1/4 Q1 Q2 by R. So if it is a Q1 Q2 by R, so the thing is that what we can write, so the value of R, that is R, not R square. So if we just find the value of R, that is 1 by epsilon naught. The alpha particle charge is 2e and that is 50 is given, and that is the kinetic energy. Now if you just put the value, you will get the answer. This is 9, and that is 2 into 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19, that is 2e, and 50e is also the same thing. This 50 into 1.6 into 10 to the power 20 by kinetic energy, that is 10 into the power 6 into 1.6 into 10 to the power 90, because kinetic energy that was given is 10 mv. M means 10 to the power 6. So if you do the calculation, it will come out like 40.4 into 10 to the minus 15 meter, or you can 14.2 meter. This is meter. Okay, so that is the case. So if you just make it just a complication with this problem, that the thing is that if the question is that a proton that actually say moves with a say speed u directly towards a free proton, towards free proton originally at rest. So you have to find the distance closest for the two proton, for the given mass of the proton, mass of the proton is plus and charge of the proton is plus e. So Gaurav, can you tell me, a proton that is moves with a speed u that directly towards a free proton originally at rest, find the distance of closest approach for the two protons.
सर पहले करके देख रहे एक
हाँ,
मिनट सर, एक मिनट।
ठीक है। Take 2 minutes. I'm just coming back within 2 minutes. হলে বলবি।
Sir,
হ্যাঁ বলো।
so I think I got the answer.
Yes.
1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into E square divided by mv square.
E square divided by mv square. How you will got
Yes, sir.
that?
So by equating the kinetic energy and the potential energy.
By equating the kinetic energy and potential energy. Okay. How can you tell me?
So the speed mass is given for the proton. So we'll find the kinetic energy half m u square is equals to potential energy 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into the charges divided by distance of separation.
Okay. Actually, the question is proton is there. Okay. That is a one of the proton. Another proton is in rest. So initially that two has বলো
conservation of momentum হবে না?
রেস্টে আছে এগিয়ে কি করছে ধাক্কা মারছে তাই তো and after that they will move say some velocity v, okay, common velocity that will happen. So that's why what we can say that initially this particle has some mu, this is 0, and after that is both particle momentum mv and v because that both will move with velocity v. So from that you can write that conservation of momentum will give you mu equals to mv plus mv, and you will get v is equals to u by that you can. And now initially the kinetic energy you are equating it, that is a half mu square. This kinetic energy is 0, and finally they will move kinetic energy half mu square for this particle, and for this particle they will move with half mu. And actually since they are separated with some distance r because they have same charges, so some electrostatic force will be appearing there, that is nothing but E square by r. So what you can write like that, if you can equate c, then what you will get, you can think of that, that is half of mu square is equals to half of mv square plus half of mv square, and that is nothing but by 4 by epsilon naught e square by r. Now from the first equation you will get v is equals to u by 2. If you just replace it, you value of r like that e square by say 5 epsilon naught square is the corresponding, because this is find the distance of closest approach that you can think. So the thing is that that type of problem that may come, one of the interesting problem, let whether you can do it or not, the thing is that if the problem is given like that, we are consider say a spherical surface say of radius 4 meter centered origin. Point charges, say point charges plus q and minus 2q are points 0 and B is 800, so that every point on the spherical is potential, or you can say 0. So you have to consider a spherical surface whose radius is 4 meter. That is that every point on the spherical surface is at 0 potential. That is the corresponding question. You have to solve it. It cannot be solved normally since it is a spherical surface. So the spherical surface, you can think it has 3 dimensions. So what is the equation of the spherical surface? If you see that, uh, we can write like that: if is any point on the, what you write, x square plus y square plus z square equals to the radius square r square, and this is nothing but it is equations. You can write like this is the equation of sphere if x q charges and minus q charges are fixed at some point A and some point B. The coordinate of A is 200 and coordinate of B is 800. So if we find the distance of P A, that means it should be only the it has 2, so x minus 2 whole square, and the remaining will be y square plus z square will be the same. And if we break it, x minus 2 means x square minus, you can say this is 4x plus 4 plus, you can say y square plus z square, and you know that x square plus y square plus z square is again 16. So from that, what we can write after simplification, and if distance p, so this is 8, you can write x 8 whole square plus y square plus, you can say z square, and if you can solve it, it will become into 20 minus 4x. So what is the potential difference? The potential difference is nothing but, you know, 1 by 4 pi, that charges is but q by 4 pi epsilon naught pa, and that should be, since the charge is minus, so 2q, this is 4 pi epsilon naught pb, and if you put this value, then you will get, that will come out 0, because you just see the distance will be same, that is root over 20 minus 4x, that is also 20 minus 4x. This is q and this is 2q. So that আমাদের রেজাল্ট যেটা আসবে সেটা 0 আসবে। Now, so this is one type of questions যেগুলো আসতে পারে। The thing is that another ulto questions আসতে পারে। What do you mean by that? The potential is given and you have to find the electric field. That the potential at any point is, say, given by b is equals to x y square minus 4x square. Now you have to calculate the, say, components of the, you can say, you have to find the Cartesian component of the electric field at that point. Now if you were to find it, you know that since the electric field is written like that, we know it should be I cap plus Ez k cap, and it can be also be written as del v with respect to del x I cap minus del v with respect to del y j cap minus del v with del z k cap. So this is nothing but the Cartesian component, that means Ex is nothing but del v with respect to del x minus Ey is nothing but minus del f with respect to del y. So now you have to just put is minus del of del x, and the value of z is given what x y square minus 4 of x cube. And if you differentiate it, then what you have to go, since you are differentiating with respect to x, the y is constant and the value of dx with respect to x is 1, and this is nothing but 4 is taken as constant and 3 should be out of the differentiation, so 3x, and it can be y 12x square. And if you find y, then del with respect to del y, and also the value is take y square minus 4x cube. In particular case, it will be taken out and the y square is 2y, and since we are differentiating x with respect to y, that means that will give you, that is 2xy, and along the z component there is no electric field, so it should be 0. There is a problem which is in Varma, I think so. The problem is like that the some equipotential surfaces are shown. Some, you can see, equipotential means where the potential is same in each and every point in the surface. So if you find an equipotential surface, then that should always be in 0. So there are some equipotential, you can say, surfaces that are shown, say, in figure with the magnitude and direction of electric field. The question is, what is the magnitude and direction of diagram is given like that. This is, say, equipotential surface like that. This is in center and this is y in centimeter, that is 30, this is 30, this is, this is 30, this is 10 volt, 20 volt, 30 volt, 40 volt, and the distance is 10, say 20, this point, this is 40. So that is given. So you have to find the electric field. So কি করে পাবো বলো দেখি? স্নেহা বলো তো। কোশ্চেনটা বুঝতে পেরেছো?
হ্যাঁ স্যার।
गौरव
सर
बोलो।
सर ये ऐसा तो इक्विपोटेंशियल सरफेसेस है ना?
हाँ, वो जो 10 वोल्ट का एक इक्विपोटेंशियल सरफेस है, 20 वोल्ट का और एक इक्विपोटेंशियल सरफेस है, 30 वोल्ट का इक्विपोटेंशियल सरफेस है, उस लाइन बराबर पोटेंशियल सेम है।
सर तो जो इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड है ना वो इक्विपोटेंशियल सरफेस से परपेंडिकुलर गुजरता है।
एकदम, इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड विल बी परपेंडिकुलर टू द इक्विपोटेंशियल सरफेस।
सर डायरेक्शन हो गया, सर मैग्नीट्यूड नहीं मालूम।
So the thing is that the direction, because we know that electric field will be electric, you can say electric field will be perpendicular, electric field will be perpendicular to, you can say, equipotential surface. If we want to find the of the electric field, that's nothing but the potential difference. You can write dv with respect to dr. আমাদের ফর্মুলাটা আমরা জানি, what is dv? That is nothing but potential difference between equipotential surface and what is but perpendicular distance between two equipotential surface. So dr is nothing but what you can say, that is nothing but the perpendicular distance between two potential surface. So if we draw the perpendicular, what does it mean? It should be like that. That is a perpendicular distance if we consider it dr. Now the thing is that if we draw it, that is a perpendicular, this angle is 30 degree, that is 90 degree. You are drawing perpendicular, that is given, that is, you can say 10 centimeter. So if this is the perpendicular distance which is dr, then dr can be written as, from that triangle you can write 10 sine 30 degree, that is nothing but 5 centimeter. So if you just put the value that E is nothing but, that is dv, dv is nothing but the potential difference between two equipotential, and you will just see the potential, this is the 20 volt, this is 10 volt, that means the difference is 10 volt. and dr is the perpendicular distance, that is come out 5 centimeter, that means 5 into 10 to the minus 2. So what will get 200 per meter is the corresponding answer. So I think it is clear. So we will do another problem. The question is, you have to find the field intensity. You have to find the field intensity if, say, potential V is equals to minus kxy, where k is greater than 0, and draw the field pattern. Draw the field pattern of the field. So you have to uh, find the field intensity if the potential is given like that, and now from that you have to find the field pattern. So Gaurav, tell me what should be the field intensity. I think you can calculate it easily. What should be the field intensity?
सर कर रहे हैं.
करो.
सर
बोलो.
सर नहीं बन रहा है.
नहीं बन रहा है, ठीक है. स्नेहा.
नहीं.
দেখছি স্যার।
রাজিয়া.
করছি স্যার।
আচ্ছা, এটা তো বার করা সহজ, তার কারণ তুমি কি পড়লে, হোয়াট শুড বি দ্য ইন্টেন্সিটি, ইফ ইউ ওয়ান্ট টু ফাইন্ড দ্য ইন্টেন্সিটি but that takes like that I cap minus j cap. So it is nothing but minus del with respect to del x. In place of v we have to find kxy, and this is minus del with respect to del y. In place of v we can find minus kxy. So that is nothing but, since this is with respect to x, that means minus ky will be common, and k it is y I cap plus it should be x j cap. x এর রেসপেক্টে যখন করবে তখন y টা কনস্ট্যান্ট, y এর রেসপেক্টে যখন করবে তখন x টা কনস্ট্যান্ট. So the equation is like that. So what we will get, value of x is nothing but ky and value of y is nothing but kx. So that is, you will get the first, that the field intensity is nothing minus ky I cap plus x j cap. Now what we have to find, draw the field pattern. You know Ex is this, Ey is this. So what should be the tan theta? You know that tan theta is nothing but Ey by Ex, and tan theta is also right. Eqy is equals to kx, this is ky, and it is nothing but, you can write in another form, the slope is written as dy with respect to dx also. So that is nothing but y dy equals to x dx. Now if you integrate it, the equation x square minus x square equals to constant. It is nothing but, this is nothing but the field pattern is nothing hyperbolic. This is the equation of hyperbola. So it is nothing but hyperbolic pattern. That means if the curve is like that, pattern, then it should be like that. In that case, it should be like that. This is the pattern, hyperbolic, and the direction are different. So that is, you can say, the hyperbolic pattern. So this is the procedure by which you can. बोलो.
सर वो लास्ट स्टेप नहीं समझ आया, y dy is equals to x dx is equals to हाइपरबोलिक इक्वेशन कैसे आ गया?
कैसे आ गया? इफ यू इंटीग्रेट कर दो इसको,
What I integrate? Oh हाँ,
that is y square by 2, that is also x square by 2 with some constant, then you will got this equation. Okay. So now we will move to the finding the potential for spherical cell. So the thing is that you can just think of that. Say this is given, say R1 is the charge, and this is cell, say radius is R2 and the charge, that is plus Q2. So you just see that two concentric conducting cell of radius R1 and R2 that carrying uniformly distributed charges Q1 and Q2 respectively. So you have to find an expression for the potential of each cell. So what we are saying, that will shows to conducting cells, say of R1 and R2 that carrying, you can uniformly distributed Q1 and Q2 respectively. So you have to find the expression for the potential of each cell. So now you have to find the potential for. So what we find that the potential for each sphere that consists of 2 points, one due to its own charge and the other due to the charge on the other sphere, that by which you can find the potential. That means what I am saying, whenever you have to find the potential, so just remember the potential of each sphere that consists of points. So the potential of each pair that consists of, you can say, 2 points, the first due to its own charge, due to its own charge, and the other due to, you can say, due to the charge other sphere. So if you using the principle of superposition, then what is this? If you want to find the potential at surface 1, then this is nothing but the potential due to R1 due to its own, and as well as for radius we have to find the inside জন্য, আর আরেকটার জন্য তার ইনসাইডে। এখানে R1 এর জন্য আমি যেহেতু V1 সারফেস বার করছি, মানে সারফেস 1 এর জন্য এখানে বার করছি, এটা যে সারফেস, তাহলে এই সারফেসের জন্য নিজস্ব চার্জ আছে R1 এর জন্য, তাই জন্য লিখলাম R1 এর সারফেসের জন্য, আর R2 ইনসাইডের জন্য। আর V2 যদি বার করি, দ্যাট ইজ নাথিং, V2টা কি, এটা হচ্ছে সারফেস R1 এর আউটসাইডে পড়ছে, তাহলে R1 এর আউটসাইড and V is due to R2 এর জন্য সারফেসে। Now we know the potential is V is equals to Q by 4 pi epsilon naught R1. So in that particular case, when we want to find that V R1 due to the surface, it is nothing but 1 by epsilon naught charge is Q1 by R1, and due to R2 we are finding in inside, R2 তে চার্জ Q2, তার মানে এটা কত হবে 1 by epsilon naught, that is nothing but charge at outside is Q2 and the radius is R2, and when we have to find that R1 এর জন্য আউটসাইডে মানে কি চার্জ বার করছি, চার্জ কত Q1 and it should be radius R2, because you have to find that outside, due to this it's behaving like a Gaussian surface, and the surface বার করাটা কোনো ব্যাপার নয়, সারফেস মানে is Q2 by 4 pi epsilon naught R2. সো আমরা এইভাবে পোটেনশিয়াল কিছু করতে পারবো। এখানে আমরা এইভাবে একটা কিছু পোটেনশিয়াল বার করতে পারি। Now the thing is that if the question comes like that, it is given inner cell has radius q naught. Inner cell has radius. Inner cell charge q naught. Inner cell has charge, that is inner cell has charge plus q, and the outer cell is earthed. Outer cell is earthed. That means if this is a this is, you can say the outer cell, say this is the outer cell, is that route. The outer cell is earthed, that is given. So if we draw properly, oh. So the thing is that this is R1 and this is radius R2. So you have to actually determine the charge on the outer cell and find the potential of the inner cell. Find the, you can say, potential of the inner cell. That you have to, that is the question. So that is the particular questions, that inner cell has charge q naught and the outer cell is earthed. So you have to determine the charge on the outer cell and find the potential of the inner cell. गौरव बोलो तो क्या होगा?
सर एक मिनट. सर माइनस क्यू नॉट होगा नंबर 1 का.
माइनस क्यू नॉट होगा कैसे? माइनस क्यू नॉट तो यहाँ पे होगा, ठीक है. सो let the charge on the outer surface of the cell say q2. Okay, let the on the,
सर वो तो अर्थ है ना, तो वो चला जाए.
हाँ वही तो मतलब क्या होगा? जीरो होगा. let the charge on the outer surface, because find the determined charge on the outer surface, that is if you तो जीरो होगा ना. so if you want to find the potential of the cell, the potential of the cell is nothing but, you can say, for q2 that will be outside, so you can write k q naught by r2, there is an inertia that is q minus 1 r2, and say q by r2, that is 0, then you will find that q2 is equal to 0. And now if you want to find the potential of the inner cell, इनर सेल का कैसे होगा? इनर सेल का निकलने के लिए दिस इज के क्यू नॉट बाई आर वन सरफेस के लिए, और माइनस क्यू नॉट के लिए क्या होगा? अंदर में रहेगा, मतलब होगा दिस माइनस क्यू नॉट बाई आर टू, सो शुड बी क्यू नॉट बाई 4 पाई एप्सिलॉन नॉट 1 बाई आर वन माइनस 1 बाई आर टू। क्लियर? और एक लास्ट प्रॉब्लम दे रहा हूं, इसको मेरे को आंसर बताना। The problem is, say there are 3 concentric cells like that, and say the radius is r, and this is 2r, and this radius is 3r. So that is A, that is B, and that is C. This A and C are connected, and the cell B is and charges this on B and C as 3, 2q and minus q. So you have to determine, that is the initial charges that is given. So after these connections, determine the final charges. Determine the final charges, say QA, QB and QC. स्नेहा ये आंसरটা দিও তো। তো গৌরব, question is clear?
सर
हाँ बोलो।
सर QA और QC तो सेम हो जाएगा क्योंकि वो तो कनेक्टेड है ना।
नहीं, कनेक्टेड होने से क्या सेम होगा? पोटेंशियल सेम होता है। तो पोटेंशियल सेम होने से चार्ज भी सेम होगा, ये तो नहीं पता।
नहीं
তো স্নেহা তুমি কি আছো না তুমি চলে গেছো?
না স্যার আছি।
তো তুমি অঙ্কটা বলো দেখি একটুখানি। আচ্ছা সাগ্নিক একটু কি বোঝা যাচ্ছে না একটুও বোঝা যাচ্ছে না?
QC Q by 2.
স্যার একটু বোঝা যাচ্ছে
আচ্ছা
স্যার অঙ্কগুলো
হ্যাঁ বুঝতে পেরেছি আমি, ওটা টাইম লাগবে কিন্তু আশা করি তোমার একটা ক্লাস নিতে হবে, দেন আস্তে আস্তে বোঝা যাবে, বুঝতে পেরেছো?
হ্যাঁ স্যার
আচ্ছা তো স্নেহা কিউসি বলেছে কিউ বাই টু,
হ্যাঁ স্যার,
আচ্ছা কিউএ
3Q by 2
আর কিউবি,
minus 3Q by 2.
ওকে ভেরি গুড। তাহলে কি করে করলে?
ওটা স্যার conservation of area, QA plus QC
হ্যাঁ
equals to 3Q minus Q.
3QA plus QB is equals to 3Q minus Q, that is 2Q. That is our equation. Okay. Then the potential, so second equation, zero potential. So
So BBS out surface টা আর
surface
VA is inside the surface টা
এর out surface আর V এর inside টা
আর স্যার VA equals to V টা ওই থার্ড ইকুয়েশনটায়
বসালে তিনটে ইকুয়েশন সলভ করলে then you will get the answer. So very good. Okay.
হ্যাঁ স্যার
So that is the QB by 2. This C is KQC by 2R and that is KQA by 3R is equal to 0, and from that you will get QB by QC by 2 and QA by 3 is equal to 0, that is equation number 2. And since it is given that VA is equal to VC because the potential of this and this are connected, so actually VA মানে কি দেখো, VA টা যদি বের করে তাহলে V এর সারফেসের জন্য, VB এর আউটসাইডের জন্য, VC আউটসাইডের জন্য। সো হোয়াট উই ক্যান VA সারফেস প্লাস VB এর আউটসাইডের জন্য এবং প্লাস VC এর আউটসাইডের জন্য। আর VC এর জন্য বার করো, দেখো this VC this is point, তার মানে V এর ইনসাইডের জন্য, VB এরও ইনসাইডের জন্য আর VC সারফেসের জন্য। সো দ্যাট ইজ VA ইনসাইডের জন্য, VB ইনসাইডের জন্য আর VC সারফেস। And if we equate, that is KQA by 3R plus KQB by 3R plus KQC 3R, and for this is KQC by R, KQB by 4 and KQA by 3R. And if we solve it, that is QA by 3, QB by 3, QC by 3, and that is QC plus QB by 2 plus QA by 3. So you will get three equations, there are three unknowns, and if you can solve it, then you will get QC is equals to Q by 2, QA is equals to 3Q by 2, and QB is equals to 6 minus 3. So এটা হচ্ছে আমার করসপন্ড পোটেনশিয়াল করসপন্ড যা যা জিনিস আছে সেগুলো আমরা দেখলাম। এবং এখানে আরেকটা জিনিসও তোমরা জেনে রাখলে বেটার, ইফ উই ফাইন্ড দ্য পোটেনশিয়াল এনার্জি অফ অ্যান ইলেকট্রিক ডাইপোল, আমরা আগেও বার করেছি, বাট পোটেনশিয়াল এনার্জি অফ অ্যান ইলেকট্রিক ডাইপোল that can be written as, if we want to find the potential energy of electric dipole, then it can be written like that, that U can be written as minus P dot E, that is minus P cos theta. I think minimum maximum is here, আমরা মিনিমাম বার করতে চাই তাহলে আমরা এখান থেকে বার করতে পারি। তো যেগুলো বললাম সেগুলো হচ্ছে পোটেনশিয়ালের কিছু জিনিস, and কিছু অঙ্ক আমি পাঠিয়ে দেব, বাড়িতে একটুখানি ট্রাই করে দেখবে যে সেগুলো পারছো কিনা, কারণ চেষ্টা করতে হবে যত অঙ্ক পারা যায়। অ্যান্ড দ্য থিং ইজ দ্যাট আমরা তাহলে পোটেনশিয়ালে দেখো বাড়িতে পড়ে কিছু অসুবিধা হচ্ছে কিনা, দেন আমরা কি করব একটুখানি ক্যাপাসিটেন্সের দিকে নেক্সট ডেতে মুভ করব।
স্যার
বলো।
স্যার এই পুরো পিডিএফটা পাঠানো